This point, and everybody smiles when I say surviving holidays, because we all know what typically happens to us when we go through this season, and just it's kind of amazing. According to, I was doing some statistics to kind of throw at you, a recent Weight Watchers report on the holidays, so from literally Thanksgiving Day all the way to New Year's Day, they were studying the average American gained 7 to 10 pounds just during this little period. And you know, if you think about it, that's just crazy when you think about it. That's a lot of eating, and a lot of doing bad things to gain that much weight in about 2 months. But if you really take it a step further, how many holiday seasons do we go through? A bunch. And so if you think about it, from Thanksgiving Day, you know what, I think it's from October 31st, from Halloween all the way. That's the holidays, because I mean nowadays it's like Christmas it's even in, you know, everybody's saying Christmas, so it's okay to eat bad, it's okay to do things wrong, which is the worst mindset to have. And so we're going to change the way you think on that in just a second. But think about this. This is crazy. Just and I used to do it too, so don't get me wrong. Like, this is why I put on a lot of weight too during the holidays, so it's not like I didn't do this. I did it worse than most people, so this is why I'm here to tell you, you don't have to do it. But if you think about it, from Halloween to New Year's Day, really, let's say the week after New Year's Day, because that's when everybody's kind of done with the holiday stuff, that's almost a quarter of your year is in holiday mode. And so if you think about it, we trash our bodies more during the holidays than any other time during the year. But that's a quarter of every year. So basically, that's a quarter of your life that basically we are trashing our body. And we wonder, like in this country, we just wonder why we just get worse and worse and worse. This is a big problem. And the old saying of the holidays, don't worry about it, just kind of, you know, let yourself go, don't worry, we can just kind of eat what we want to eat, and it's okay, it's the holidays. No, heart disease doesn't really care if it's the holidays or not. It's going to come and get you. It's just, we have to just change the way we think about that. And you know, it's really sad, because we do all this during, because again, I'm the king of doing the things wrong. I did it, and then literally as soon as New Year's hit, we all make a resolution to do what? To lose all that weight we just put on. And so what happens, let's say, I'll give or take, let's say what happens about a month after we make that resolution?
It's over.
It's done. And it's not just most people, it's literally, this is according to Washington University, only 22% of New Year's diet resolutions make it to even February. That's it. So basically, 8 out of 10 people stop before February even hits. But so, what's really sad is usually like that week. It's like, okay, I'm tired. I'm going to go back to eating bad. And we laugh at it, but you know, this is something that most of us have done. We need to change that. And this is why I used to do a rebounding from the holidays workshop, and I've changed it the last year, and this is why I'm doing this one before. It's like, I don't want it to get to where we're trying to recover from the holidays. We need to just make sure we don't get in that situation that everybody else does. And this would be a really good workshop if I just named it, don't do what you've done, right, over the holidays, or don't do what our friends and our neighbors and everybody else is going to do, which is just really trash themselves. And that's the mindset we got to get at, because what happens during the holiday season, it's not just eating bad. It's not. It's what are stress levels go during the holidays? Through the roof. We got to please everybody. If you're a people pleaser, I mean, it just drives you nuts. You got to split Christmases with families. That drives you nuts. I'm learning that being married. It's just, it's tough. We have to literally have 2 days worth of Christmases and 3 families. It's just, it's intense and it's very stressful. And then so on top of the stress, on top of the eating bad, and it's not just 1 day of eating. It's eating what? That whole holiday we're going to eat bad. And it's okay because we think it's all right. We just have this built in subconsciously. And then what else do we not do? What do we stop doing during the holidays?
Exercise.
We stop exercising. So we stop moving. Okay, so all these are bad because we're going against essentials, the 5 essentials. We're going against every essential. And then what's the other thing we do? Because now it's flu season. Flu season's here. You hear it on the TV. So what are we encouraged to go get a bunch of? A bunch of shots. We're supposed to get shots because, again, God didn't make you healthy, and you need to be injected with health. So you add all this stuff up, and what does that equal? Equals misery. It equals, if you're doing everything against what we're supposed to do, health just plummets during this time. And the only thing that doesn't go up during the holidays, believe it or not, is actually suicides. And the reason is, it's literally right after New Year's Day. That's when suicides go up because it's just the holiday season. So that's the one thing.
Strokes and heart attacks make up for it.
All the stress and heart attacks make up for it. You're right. You're right. So essential one, and this is kind of how we want to, I'm changing the way I did this one from last year. We're just going to hit the 5 essentials, give you a refresher, and again, for you guys that are new to this is okay. This is where I want you to start, plugging your brain, like tuning into what I'm saying and changing your mindset, because this is going to help you live literally the remainder of your life in a good state of health and start building on that. Number one, Joe, is changing your mindset. So again, when we hear this stuff on the television, when we see everybody trying to scare you, saying, okay, now that it's flu season, you need to get not only this flu shot, but you need to get the last 7 years of H1N1 because now you haven't been protected enough. You know that, no, that doesn't make sense, because God did not design me to inject myself to be healthy. That's not the way you're made. And as a matter of fact, some real good research, I always encourage, go look up anything I talk about, go do the research on it. I mean, this is just a lot of years of me personally doing a lot of different research on different things, so I can't tell you every single article that I get this from. We'd be here a long time. So always go and read, but something that's really important, Google what's called the antibody theory, because that's what your vaccines are based on, is the antibody, and it's a theory, it's not a fact. It was disproved back in the 50s, so it's a theory that was disproved, but again, that's the whole reasoning behind it, is trying to get your antibody levels up, because that is what defends your immune system against all these bacteria and viruses and all these diseases. It's not true. Your antibodies, they're part of the immune response, but the reality is there's people that make no antibodies. I mean, they literally, I can't, off the top of my head, I can't think of the name of this, but they make literally no antibodies at all. So if that was true, these people wouldn't even live past birth. I mean, basically, they would get sick right away and die, but most of these people live very long, healthy lives, and they make no antibodies on their own. Well, what is that? Because it's not just about the antibodies. Your immune system is so much more intricate than just that, and just that's the way you're built. So these are things that your mindset is. You don't inject health in your body. You don't get health from pills, potion, and lotion. You can't neglect your body for several months and expect to be okay from that. So when we think about that, now we think, okay, well, what makes my body healthy? Well, something runs your body, and that's essential too. So when we think about your body, the definition of health basically is when your body's healing at 100%. If it's functioning at optimal, you're going to have a long, healthy life. When you start going against optimum function, you start functioning at 80%, 70%, 60% function, you are going to start seeing disease come up. I mean, it's going to come in and take you down because your body cannot function well. So all about function, something governs that, and that's essential too. That's your nervous system. So we need to, this is when you need to get adjusted the most, is when you're stressed and when you're coming through flu season, all these different things, when people's health really starts getting bad during the holidays. This is when I say, come more, come see me more, get adjusted more, and I'm going to tell you why in a second, but I always say that during this time because of so many things you're getting hit at. Our health, a lot of people's health goes really bad during the holidays. So your nerves literally run everything in your body. So that, and you guys know that from being patients, and what we do in the office every day is taking that interference and that damage off your nerves, letting your body function well. But when we talk about, two big things, we talk about the weight gain, we talk about the immune system going bad, especially during the holidays. People get sick all the time during the holidays because they're so stressed out and they're taking bad care of themselves. Well, your nervous system literally runs your hormones, which is when anytime you talking about weight, loss or gain, it's hormones. It's nothing to do with calorie counting. It's nothing to do with fat or not. It's about your hormones. And your hormones, if they're in the right ratios, you won't gain weight. You start skewing that ratio, I don't care if you eat celery, you're still going to gain weight. And this makes sense because a lot of us are going, hey, I've done that. I've done it. I've done it to where, I thought I was eating really good. Wasn't having very many calories, but still wasn't losing weight. Why? Because the hormones were completely out of balance. So what governs that is your nerves. And so I just want to break that down for a second. So when we talk about hormone levels, we're talking about the nerves that, well, for a woman's ovaries, for a guy, the testes, you have the adrenal glands. Mainly the adrenal glands, though, big time when the production of estrogen, testosterone, progesterone. These hormones not only build bone mass, right? It's not just calcium, it's your hormones build it. They're responsible for weight balance and weight management. So if the nerves, and guess where these nerves come out from? The spinal cord, right at the lower back. So what do most of us do, or what do most of us beat up as we just age? Our lower back. And so all these nerves, and there's a consequence to that, because all these nerves in our lumbar spine run the adrenal glands, to name just one of many organs. So so we're crushing nerves. And again, this is what most people do. We really beat ourselves up, and we stop moving, we stop doing things that we need to do, that we're designed to do, and we pay the price. So we start damaging the lumbar spine. We damage nerves here that run the adrenal glands. So now adrenal glands aren't getting the right signals. They're not getting the hormone levels balanced, and so we start having what? Imbalance of hormones. And then what else? Now we add stress to that, and when your adrenal glands are stressed, they stop making estrogen and progesterone. They start making cortisol, which is another hormone, but it's a catabolic hormone. This is the hormone that everybody's like, oh my God, everybody's scared about, because it does add weight to you, but it destroys muscle as well. It destroys things in your body. So we start kicking out cortisol. Now we're noticing, well, you know what? I can eat a salad, and I still am gaining weight. What's going on with me? This isn't right, and now we're freaking out more, so we're more stressed. You guys see the pattern of how this develops and just gets worse. So that's your adrenals. In your neck, you have the nerves that run your thyroid gland. Again, weight management, very important. Most people, again, the top 2 reasons for missed work hours in this country are what? Neck pain and back, well, neck and spinal related issues, but mainly neck and back. And with neck, they also have headaches. But again, it's neck damage to the lower, the lumbar spine. But all these nerves, not only do they run different organs, but namely thyroid gland, namely adrenal glands. So when we damage these areas and we add time to that, now these organs, that's the biggest importance of what we're talking about. The organs that your nerves control start malfunctioning. And when you start malfunctioning with the thyroid gland and adrenals, they are related. The adrenals can actually make the thyroid really start acting haywire. You start seeing different things happen, and guess what happens when it comes to weight? We don't have weight management. We have weight out of proportion. We don't know what's going on, and it's very easy to gain it no matter what you do. So obviously, your nerves run that and that. Your nervous system right here, you see all your glands. 40% of your immune system is run through the nerves off the brainstem. Again, very, very important, because during this holiday season, most people start, and the weather changes. You're in Texas, worst place to live when you have allergies. Believe me, I could tell you that growing up. 4 years weekly allergy shots because I was just sick all the time. So this is the worst place when it comes to allergies. Well, it's not that the stuff in the air is causing you to be sick. It's your body's not doing a good enough job of getting it out of your body and fighting it off. That's the problem. So it's not germ theory. The germs aren't making you sick. It's your body's inability to fight it properly is what's causing that problem to happen. So when you think about it, because you guys get that, right? We're all surrounded by millions of germs at all times. If germs made us sick, we wouldn't be here to even talk. I mean, could we all be dead from this? So it's not the germs. It's our body's not fighting it off properly. So what runs that? That's your immune system. What runs your immune system? Your nerves. So this network runs all your organs. We need to make sure that, number one, we start clearing this nervous system, and that happens every time we get adjusted. We adjust you, clear that nerve damage, and instantly, literally when I'm done adjusting, already your body is sending better signals to that organ and it's working better. And that's the beauty of getting. That's why I love what I do. It's instantaneous. Now, a lot of years go by and that we damage our bodies. Healing is going to take some time, but every time you get adjusted, for that moment, for however long it takes, your body is starting to function better. Maybe not 100%, but it's functioning better, and that's our goal, is to get that pressure off as much as we can. And so that's why you get adjusted, not only just for the immune system, but just for better health, for longevity, for quality of life. And so, but when you think about this, these are the areas, the nerves in your neck, again, run the immune system, thyroid gland, nerves in your lower back run your adrenals, and then your intestinal tract. So guess what else goes kind of crazy after all that bad eating? Digestive system. Well, again, it's a combination. Yes, we put garbage in, we're going to get garbage out. I mean, I get that. But at the same time, most people damage their lumbar spine, their lower back. They have no idea these nerves run the colon, not just the adrenals. And then we start seeing problems. This was me. Had scoliosis, had a big bend in my spine, had no idea playing sports in my life that I had that going on, but didn't have any back pain, but I did not have normal digestion by any means. But again, couldn't put 2 and 2 together, because even in pre-med I didn't put that together. I didn't know that is exactly where those nerve roots go. It's just most people don't know it. So again, that's why we adjust you to get the pressure off the nerves, get your organs to work better. So that's why during this time, this season, when everybody's getting more sick, and you guys probably work with a lot of people that are really feeling the change in weather, this is when we say get adjusted more. If you're feeling like you're coming down with something, and you call the office and you tell the girls,